Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with our main topic today in the breakfast show. We're discussing today President Abdel al-Sisi's participation in Jordan in the conference that was titled in the International Conference for Urgent Humanitarian Response on Gaza. To shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Mr. Abdel Rahman, journalist and political analyst. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and dear viewers.
Thank you so much. Mr. Abdurrahman, the participation of President Abdel al-Sisi in the conference, the international conference for the urgent humanitarian response on Gaza. This conference was called on by President Abdel al-Sisi and the Jordanian King Abdullah II. How did you see the importance and the timing of this conference?
I believe that Egypt has succeeded in a very important mission along its struggle to preserve the Palestinian, the Arabic rights in the occupied lands and the lands under the Zionist aggression and the Zionist siege, which is the isolation of Israel. We have succeeded, along with the peaceful powers around the world, to make Israel isolated in the very first time since the Zionist existence existed. Today, we have succeeded, along with the peaceful powers around the world, to initiate two resolutions from Security Council that urges Israel to stop its aggression right now and to withdraw from all the land it's occupying in Gaza Strip and in Rafah, the Palestinian Rafah. Also, we have gained, by the admission, even by the power that is supporting the aggression, which is the U.S., that all the powers, all the nations, all the countries in the region and almost around the world is recognizing that resolution by Security Council. All, even Hamas, even the Palestinian resistance, all except for Israel, that is maneuvering and running away and manipulating the situation not to stop the war. It doesn't want to stop the war. It wants the aggression to continue.
Yes.
And the brutal war against the Arabs, the civilians, is to continue. This is a situation can never go on and on forever. And I'm sure that with the Egyptian strong and firm situation, along with the counter powers in the world, we will achieve making Israel admit the resolution and bound to it and to stop the aggression.
Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, during his speech before the conference, President Abdel al-Sisi said in his address that and called on Israel to stop immediately its unprecedented war over the Gaza Strip and the Palestinian, the innocent and the civilian Palestinians, and also to put an end for this brutal acts by Israeli occupation forces. President al-Sisi have said in his speech before the conference that also Israel used the system of famine and starving against the Palestinians, and also the forced displacement for the Palestinians. So how did you see the address by President Abdel al-Sisi?
The strongest word and the strongest statement given by any country in the region. And this represents continuing the firm situations taken by Egypt since the beginning of the war, since the beginning of the October 7th operation, and that followed by the most brutal and barbaric aggression against any nation in the world since the Nazis, since the brutal wars of the Middle Ages, in the Dark Ages. The massacres that was committed by Israel is beyond any belief, beyond any thinking, any way of thinking, that in any way insane. How people, the nations all around the world, in Egypt and all over the world,
yes,
is witnessing the most brutal and barbaric aggression in the whole world.
Yes.
Egypt is taking the stand, that balanced, that firm stand, that is leading the whole world to stop this aggression.
Yes. Also, Mr. Abdel, on the sidelines of the conference, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have met with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and other officials, also, of course, with the Jordanian King Abdullah II on the sidelines. The side talks, and it's important in this conference.
Well, of course, we need to discuss the efforts, the Egyptian effort and the international effort that's already accomplished with those who are officially responsible in the region. And of course we need from each and every member who is in charge, who is in responsibility in Palestine, to recognize that it's time to unite the Palestinian leadership and to end the division between an authority in Ramallah and another authority in Gaza. And it's time for them to unite, and this is the main concept that Egypt is leading and adopting since even before the beginning of this crisis.
Yes.
To unite the Palestinian powers and to revive the Liberation Organization, the Palestinian Liberation Organization.
Yes.
Around this concept, the Palestinians should gather, for only by this way, they can liberate their own land.
Yes. Yes. Mr. Abdel, also on the sidelines of the conference, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met with a Rwandan counterpart, the Rwandan President Paul Kagame, and also the President of the European Council, Charles Michel, and also the Slovenian Prime Minister Robert Golob, and also the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez on Gaza. So the importance also of this.
Well, of course, the whole world now is recognizing and hailing the great effort Egypt has accomplished and done to preserve the Palestinian rights with the most honorable situations that Egypt has taken since the beginning of this aggression against the Zionist aggression. We have preserved our own honorable situations all over the crisis, and the whole world is recognizing this. The UN, the EU, even those who are enemies to the Arab nations. We need to, from the whole world, to take its own responsibility and to take a strong stand right now, a stand without retreat against this Zionist existence. And this is the only time that the world is gathering around one resolution, one decision against the aggression. I believe Egypt is the heart of this effort all over the world.
Yes, yes. So, Mr. Abdurrahman, also UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres have addressed the conference, and he said that during his years of work, he had never seen such anything like what happened from Israel over the Gaza Strip, this brutal war. So, how did you see the word by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres and his stance?
Well, Mr. Antonio Guterres will be recognized as one of the most historical and important leaders and the rare, honest leaders of the UN, especially after its honorable stance situation against the aggression that we never expected, especially in this concern, especially on this file, that we have always witnessed how always the UN taking the side of the aggression. But I believe that the brutality of the attacks, the brutality of the aggression has forced even the UN to take the Palestinian side, which is the righteous side. Mr. Guterres has come to Egypt and witnessed Egypt when Israel was claiming to have tried to spread a cloud of lies that Egypt is not opening the borders between Rafah, the Palestinian Rafah, and the Egyptian Rafah. And we have witnessed this. We have witnessed that the borders was never closed by Egypt until Israel is closing those borders right now. I believe that today is a historical moment for the whole world.
Yes.
Is to take a stand or to regret it for the rest of their lives.
Yes. Also on the sidelines of the conference, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry have held several meetings also, and that resulted in a very important and discussed the support of the UN humanitarian organizations, especially the UNRWA, which provides, of course, a very important support for the Palestinians, and also other agencies that are working in the humanitarian field and concerned with the delivering the aids inside Gaza. How did you see the importance of this also?
Well, of course, Cairo is looking with the eye of respect to the historical efforts that the UN organizations and humanitarian organizations has accomplished in the occupied and the lands under siege to help and to support and to maintain supplies, bridges of supplies to those who are in need, to help those who are displaced from their own homes, their own lands. And of course, many of them were under the attacks, the barbaric attacks by the Zionist existence. They have all suffered, and many of them were martyrs to continue their efforts, and they paid the most heavy price that the UN has ever paid since the beginning of the organization and the humanitarian organizations. I believe this is the moment of truth to the whole world.
Yes. Yes. Also, for his part, the Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait have welcomed the decision by the UN Security Council in support of the US draft decision for a ceasefire in Gaza. What's your comment?
Well, of course, we need each and every power, each and every legitimate power in the whole world that taking the same side of the Arabic occupied lands and the international law, which the one international law, each and every international law that Israel has broken. They have broken each and every international law concerning war laws, human rights in the circumstances of war. Each and every law that that Israel has broken. Now the whole international officials are recognizing and admitting that Israel has broken those flows. And of course, with the Egyptian vision, since the beginning of this war, we have spreaded the righteous sound, the sound of justice in the organizations, the humanitarian organizations, and the international organization, and the international community.
Yes. Mr. Abdurrahman, the United Nations Security Council have adopted a U.S. draft resolution that is backing proposal directly by the U.S. President Joe Biden for a ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinian Hamas in Gaza Strip. For its part, Russia abstained from the vote, while the remaining 14 council members voted in favor. Cairo have welcomed the UN Security Council decision backing a deal over a comprehensive and also a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, and this came in a statement by the Foreign Ministry. So how did you follow this?
Well, that plan, that peace plan that was given by the U.S. is basically almost the same plan, the same peace plan that Egypt has given the whole sides of the conflict, to the U.S., to the Zionist existence, to the Palestinian side, and to any other power in the world. We have gathered that peace plan based on the most honorable and strong basis. The U.S. has taken this Egyptian vision and maybe has changed it a little bit for the benefit of the Zionist existence, and re-initiated the same Egyptian vision. And now the U.S. is taking that vision, adopting the vision. The UN is taking that, adopting the same vision. All the world except for Israel. Russia hasn't given its voice to this vision because of the changes that U.S. has made in this plan. Because some of the points, the U.S. made it not very clear and not very strong forcing the U.S. to stop its aggression. But Egypt believes that the gathering of the international gathering around one vision to cease fire will eventually force Israel to stop its aggression and to reach the ceasefire.
Yes.
That's why Egypt is taking the side with this decision.
Yes. Finally, my last question, Mr. Abdurrahman. The United States on Tuesday promised more than 404 million euros in new aid to the Palestinians at the International Conference for Urgent Humanitarian Response on Gaza, where world leaders have pushed for a ceasefire as the only ultimate solution for the war on Gaza. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken promised 404 million euros to support Gaza, allocated for food, drinking water and health supplies and other aid to the Palestinians. How did you see this stance and U.S. starting to support or to press for a ceasefire and to provide support?
Well, I'm sure that that situation given by the U.S. maybe it would cloud judgment. Is the U.S. really want to help Palestinians? Yes. Well, I believe that truly, if the U.S. truly wants to help the Palestinians, if the U.S. is truly want to lend a hand and to give the supplies to the Palestinians, will let those aids and those supplies come through Egypt to the Palestinians, not through the military base the American has established on the coast of Gaza.
Yes.
Because this military base was a part of the Zionist aggression against the Iraq, and was part of one of the most brutal attacks.
Yes, of course. Yes, more than 274 Palestinians were killed and hundreds others were wounded. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. More than 200 martyrs.
Yes.
And they have found those who are those captives in the best way. They have lived life that only the Palestinians didn't have, and they don't have.
Yes.
They have to preserve the human rights to the captives, while Israel is taking lives from thousands of Palestinians.
Yes, it's true. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Mr. Amr Abdurrahman, journalist and political analyst. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and we are going to be back with you.